Hello and welcome to Ballon TV. I'm by myself again. Mido's away, travelling. Yeah, it's not on really. Well, he's probably happy that United won for a change, so we'll let him off with that. So I'm by myself this week. So shall we get into this? Let's get into this. Start off with Leicester and Liverpool. Second week in a row, I've got to say Liverpool were very, very lucky. First half, absolutely fine. Looked comfortable. 2 goals, probably should have had 3 or 4. Salah missing a sitter for his standards, but full credit to Leicester. Gave Liverpool as good as they got. Played some very good football. Very, very impressed with James Maddison in centre midfield. I thought he was brilliant throughout the game. Critical thing for me, Liverpool side, was back to that same midfield that there was last year. No creativity. Got Jordan Henderson, Gini and Milner. It's just no creativity again. You've literally gone back hill. Why Keita was rested, I'm not sure. He came on, he looked sharp. Him and Shaqiri came on, they both looked very, very sharp. Strange. Yeah, strange. Absolutely strange. Especially a tough place like Leicester. You need a bit of that flair and creativity. But got the job done. 4 wins on the spin. 100% record at the moment. First goal conceded. What Alisson was doing a Cruyff turn there is beyond me. I know goalkeepers nowadays need to play with their feet. It does look good. It sets the team up well. But surely lift your head up, assess the situation. Just send it clear. He's getting shut down quickly by Iheanacho. Just send it. You don't have to play this tiki-taka all the time. You know, Klopp was going berserk at him. The pass from Van Dijk was shocking, to be fair. But it's no excuse. Absolutely no excuse for a goal of his quality. And to be fair, me personally as a Liverpool fan, I would say it's good that it's happened now in a game that we've actually won. So now he knows it's bit different compared to Serie A, the Premier League. Like, he won't have enough time to do his flicks and tricks. Like the other week against Brighton, he got away with one against Glenn Murray. He slid in for a tackle at the end and managed to get the ball away. But I think it's a wake-up call for Alisson that the speed of the game here in the Premier League is a bit different to Serie A. So hopefully he'll learn from that. The edge, go back to what he's good at doing: goalkeeping, distribution. And still playing with his feet, you know, play with a pass, pick out a pass, because he's quality with his feet. So, yeah, just hope he carries on. Leicester, I think they're going to have a really good season. They look very, very good, very well organised. Defensively, pretty solid, I would say. Yeah, they look decent. I thought they were very, very lucky that second half. They deserved at least a draw, so I'd say they were very unlucky. If it wasn't for Joe Gomez, I'd probably say they would have drawn, maybe even won with their tails up. So, but look, Liverpool still winning games, not at full force at the moment, still sluggish. Bodes well to be a Liverpool fan at the moment. Chelsea Bournemouth. Chelsea 2-0, looked fairly comfortable. Hazard running the show again, but full credit to Bournemouth, I'd say, because they did ask Chelsea some questions, especially Callum Wilson with his pace up front. They do look very good up front, it's got to be said, especially Callum Wilson with the form he's in. Josh King, they do look very, very sharp. So I did tip them to go down. I don't think I'm going to. I tipped him beginning of the season. I don't think I'm going to anymore. I'm going to change that because they are looking very, very solid. Eddie Howe's got them playing very well this early on in the season. Just hopefully they keep going. But look, Chelsea, I said it the other week, they're going under the radar. You know, they're 4 wins in a row, 100% record, looking very, very good. Still not clicking in spells, but they're still getting a result. So I don't think it really matters. I don't think Chelsea fans will care that much, to be honest. They've kept Hazard, which there was a question mark around him, and I think it's like a new signing. For me, on his day, he's just quality, one of the best players that we've got in the Premier League. Another player that's impressed me, he's got to be said, is Alonso. Looks very, very solid. He's basically like having another attacker on the pitch from left back, similar to Andy Robertson at Liverpool. Alonso looks the complete package for me going forward as a wing back or left back. Can create chances, score goals, just threatening, absolutely threatening. So, you know, Chelsea it's got to be said, looked decent. Another clean sheet for Kepa. Didn't really have too much to do, but yeah, Chelsea just going under the radar, going about their business. Sarri's got them picking up results. I mean, they've got a good base. For me, their base is one of the best in the Premier League at the moment. I'll have to say that. Jorginho and Kante, it's a quality base in there. So it's going to be interesting to see how they go on with the Europa League as the season goes on. Playing on a Thursday night is not going to be easy, like I said before, but who cares? If they're picking up points now, I don't think Chelsea fans are going to care too much at all. So, yeah, I think Chelsea are going to have a very, very good season. People underestimate them. I think they're going to have a very, very, very good season. So, City Newcastle. Newcastle really didn't offer much apart from the goal that they scored. Didn't really offer much. City were quite comfortable, but again, little glimpses that City, like Mido said last week, there's still little question marks around them in certain times, in certain areas. They've been getting away with it, and they got away with it this week, but last week they didn't against Wolves. Newcastle, to be fair, Rafa set up, I think, if you can nick a draw, great. If not, just don't concede too many for the goal difference. City 2-1. Guerrero surprisingly didn't score. He normally relishes playing Newcastle, which was a bit of a surprise. And I think the biggest thing that's coming out now at City, and I did say this before to Mido, is how's Guardiola going to keep that front line happy? There's already been talks about Leroy Sané's attitude not being on point, hence why he got dropped. I don't know if that's true or not. Guardiola denied it, but Guardiola's got a big job with that. I know he's a good manager. That's a very, very big thing to do. He needs to keep them all happy somehow. So I don't know how he's going to go about that later on in the season. Obviously, there'll be cup competitions coming up, so it might ease it a bit, but a bit of a situation over there, I think, at the moment at City. But look, they're back to winning ways. They did drop points last week, but they're back to winning ways. City is City, quality squad, so they're expected to win games. So they'll wait and see what happens with them. Still the favourites for the title by a mile, if you ask me. So Newcastle, I fear for them at the moment. Do you know what? I feel so sorry for Rafa. He's such a good manager, and he just hasn't had the backing from Mike Ashley. When he has money that he's able to spend on players that he wants, he's quality. But Mike Ashley, look, I think he's just in it to using Newcastle for like Sports Direct. So the sooner he leaves for Newcastle, I think the better. To be honest, he really hasn't done anything since he's been there. So I think Newcastle need big changes. They really do need big changes. I'm not one to say, look, go on strike, do this, do that, but otherwise it's going to be a very, very difficult season for Rafa and his team. So we'll wait and see. Look, they have spells where they play well, so they're still scoring goals, which is a plus. They are leaking goals, but they've had a tough run in really, City and Chelsea. So it's a tough start to the season, so we'll wait and see how they get on, but I do fear for them at the moment from what I've seen, so we'll see if they can turn it around. Cardiff Arsenal, it's easy to say Arsenal got away with it, judged by the scoreline 3-2, but Cardiff didn't really offer much in that first half. I think Arsenal could have put them to bed 3-4-0. Lacazette and Aubameyang starting, I've said that from day one, they got to start together, and they did. Caused havoc for Cardiff, absolute havoc to both of them. I still think they should play more central. I know Aubameyang played on the wing. I think they both should be down the middle. I think that's where they're more effective. Lacazette's looking sharp. I think having Aubameyang there has helped him. But they got away with it, 3-2. I mean, Peter Cech done a howler. I think he passed it to Harriata, and Harriata just blazed it over. If that went in, I think it would be a complete different game. And it just shows Peter Cech's just struggling with his feet. I think Unai Emery's got to take a decision soon of when to take the heat off, because he's starting to get a bit of heat, Peter Cech, and I feel sorry for the guy. But I think Emery's got to look at this and just be like, take the heat off him. So I'd probably pay him in cup competitions or here and there. Just get Bert Leno in. Give Bert Leno a chance. Like, he's going to come in cold. He's not going to be firing all guns blazing. I think Emery's got to look at that. The other thing I think he's got to look at is centre midfield. Torreira's got to start. He changed the game when he came on. Arsenal had a bit more zip about him when he came on. He's got to start. Such a decent player for him, and could potentially be a very, very good signing for him. So he's got to start for me. I think him with Guendouzi's they've got to be together. Xhaka's still playing. I'm not going to say anything about Xhaka, apart from that shocking pass that he made for the Cardiff first goal, I believe. So, look, Arsenal, second win on the trot, made hard work of it, but, they're still gelling. They're under new era, under Unai Emery, they're still gelling. Cardiff, fantastic spirit. Their fans were absolutely excellent from what I saw. It's going to be a tough season for them. It really, really is going to be a tough season for them. It's taken 4 weeks for them to score their first goals in the Premier League, so it's going to be tough. But full credit to them, they did it against Arsenal. And to be fair, they should have had more than 2. But it's going to be a very, very difficult season, I think, for them. I think they will be getting relegated. But you never know. They might nick a few points here and there. I think they could surprise a few teams here and there at home. Burnley United, I thought it'll be tough for United, but they breezed through the game. I think Burnley had a bit of a Europa League hangover. Lost 2-0. Lukaku was immense. I thought he was absolutely immense. Just tormented that Burnley back line. Got a couple of goals. So with the miss that happened against Spurs, I think he answered in the right way the following game by scoring 2 goals, 2 very, very good goals. United look better. They look a lot more stable this week, which impressed me more than anything. They didn't really give Burnley much of a chance, and that's like the old United that, we know. I think Fellaini looked decent. I've got to say, he's Mido's favourite player. Mido loves Fellaini, and I've got to agree with him. Fellaini this week was absolutely brilliant. The only down is Rashford. Things like that don't get involved. Phil Barsley, he's known, he's quite brutal. He'll do whatever he can to wind you up, get you sent off. So probably the inexperience in Rashford, the youth in him. Now he's obviously suspended probably for 3 games. I think it's a straight red. So a killer for him, if I'm honest. Absolute killer. I love Marcus Rashford, and it's a killer. Burnley, they're at the Europa League now, and I think that's done them an absolutely huge favour because they've been struggling in the league. So I think it's a blessing in disguise, them getting knocked out. The players just look tired. They look absolutely tired. I think they've already played 10 games. That's a lot of games. So I think now they can just kick on. I think now they're at the Europa League. They don't have to travel on a Thursday. They've only got 1 game a week. I think they'll kick on, and I think they'll have a very good season again. I don't think they'll break into that top 7, top 8 bracket. I think they'll finish about mid-table, so about 10th, something like that. But yeah, I think it's a blessing in disguise for him. Joe Hart looked really good. I thought he looked fairly decent from what I saw. So Watford Spurs. How the hell Spurs lost this game, I really don't know. They absolutely cruised through the game. How they lost 2-1, I think it was 2 goals from set pieces, I really don't know. And even the Spurs goal was a Watford own goal from Decore. So I think it was just such a bad day in the office for Spurs. Just nothing went their way. They were in full control, and then just let it slip like that. The weakness it did show is their bench. They haven't actually got someone to throw in who can be a game changer. Harry Winks looked sharp, to be fair, but like that real game changer, there was just no one there. So I think missing that trick with a signing probably didn't help. Got 3 points that they could have easily won. Watford, full credit to them. They didn't give in. Troy Deeney, Andre Gray, Isaac Success were an absolute handful for that Spurs back line, especially Isaac Success. Spurs just couldn't handle the physicality, I thought, in that second half especially. The fans got behind Watford. The Spurs just had no answers. They just couldn't deal with it. Just really couldn't deal with it, which was a big, big shame considering how they were cruising through the game. But full credit to Watford. I mean, they're having a blinding start to the season. 4 wins in a row. Full credit to them. They can only do what they can, and 4 wins in a row. Watford have always been known to start strong, so it'll be interesting to see how they carry on between now and the rest of the season. But look, full credit to them. 100% record. I think they'll have a fairly decent season. So, but Spurs will be out there. Look, Spurs will be back. I know it's a tough game after the international break. They've got Liverpool. They're at home. They always do well against Liverpool at home. They battered Liverpool last year. So I'll probably go for a draw or a Spurs win, if I'm totally honest, just because of how strong Spurs are and how Liverpool aren't firing. But if Liverpool come back after the international break firing, I think Spurs are going to have a very, very tough game. Right, moving on to Mido's Baller of the Week. I spoke to him before he went away. What a shock this is. Of course he's gone for a United player. Of course he has. He's happy that they won. He's over the moon. So he's gone for Lukaku. I'll probably have to agree with that, but it's his decision at the end. So he's gone for Lukaku. I think it was just nice for him just to get a United player in for Baller of the Week. So yeah, Lukaku it is. My shocker of the week, it's got to be Alisson. Just shocking Cruyff turn in his box. Why? I don't know. Oh yeah, it was just funny. It's funny. And the funniest part about it, he actually nearly saved it after. But he already put himself in trouble, so yeah, it's got to be Alisson. It's just the worst Cruyff turn I've ever seen. I think he must have seen Naby Keita the other week at Crystal Palace. I thought, yeah, I could do the same. Yeah, nah, mate. Not happening. Stick to what you're good at. Passing it out. Not skills, mate. Not skills. Yeah, nah. Right, fantasy player for week 5. So the week after the international break. Looking at the fixtures, I'm going to have to go with Hazard because I know Chelsea are at home to Cardiff. And I think Chelsea will just roll Cardiff over. And the way Hazard's been playing, I could see him notching in a goal or two, maybe an assist in there. Him and Alonso, I think Alonso might be in the picture as well. I mean, Pedro's playing. Look, anyone at Chelsea, but for me, I think Hazard. Hazard will get something like an assist. He'll get like a couple of goals, I think, or a couple of assists and the goals. Right, cheers for joining me. Please make sure to like and subscribe. And please leave a comment below the video. Any questions that you might have, any opinions, anything like that. We'd love to hear from you. So please make sure you leave that under the video. And as we always say, we look forward to seeing you again.